Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to our next episode of SWE, and we are back with some adrenaline. Got an interesting card for you this evening, including some new people in this universe mode and some new people in SWE in general, but some top class matches. PJW trying to follow on from the amazing show we had last week. And here's our first match of the evening. It is going to be Rich Swann and Johnny Gargano representing Ronin, taking on Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. Now, of course, this is the first appearance of the Motor City Machine Guns in SWE, and I think it's Chris Sabin's first appearance in SWE as well. Of course, Alex Shelley was part of Season 2 alongside Kushida, as Time Split is one of our longest ever reigning tag team champions in SWE. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Why have they got the tag team championships on? What? This game is so broken, isn't it? This game is so... What? I don't understand. It does not compute. Why these two guys got the belts on? Okay, well, the champions of Adrenaline are, of course, Worldwide Underground. John Morrison or Johnny Mundo alongside either PJ Black or Jack Evans. So I don't know why Ronin are currently wearing the belts. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Absolutely no sense, but there we go. And here then come the Motor City Machine Guns, looking pretty good this year, I must say. Actually, I'm quite happy we managed to get hold of these guys. PJ Toby's tag team roster was looking a little bit thin until we managed to get this other tag team in. But yeah, talking of tag team action here in SWE, of course, last week we saw a tag team championship match when the Undisputed Era took on Worldwide Underground for the tag team championships. Jack Evans came outside the ring and kept assaulting Adam Cole, who was at ringside, until Adam Cole finally snapped and fought back. And when he did, of course, the referee called it as a disqualification, and Worldwide Underground kept their championships by disqualification. So PJ Toby was not happy with the tactics utilised there by Jack Evans, so he has said that at our pay-per-view upcoming in 3 weeks' time, the match will be repeated. However, this time it will be a tag team TLC match to become the Adrenaline Tag Team Champions. There's still no idea why the game is showing Gargano and Swann as the champions, because they're not the champions. Just completely ignore that. I don't know why. This bloody game's broken, isn't it? It has been for some time. Nice flatliner there by Johnny Gargano on Alex Shelley on the outside. Referee up to a 3 count. And of course, this one is just solely for ranking points. Both of these new teams in SWE, so both on 100 points. So they both need to get themselves some ranking points and show exactly what they can do. And start to get themselves a nice run as a sliced bread on the outside there by Alex Shelley, now bringing Gargano back up to his feet. Now, of course, Gargano was part of the tag team last year, was part of DIY, but they broke up, of course. It's a shame because I like DIY. It's annoying because especially this year the game came along, DIY's attires on the game, the entrance music, the movesets. Everything DIY was on the game, but of course WWE split the tag team up, and that's what they're good at doing, aren't they? Splitting up tag teams. I don't think they should have split the tag team up, to be honest. If they knew that Ciampa was injured, what they should have done is they should have split the tag team up when Ciampa came back. That would have made more sense to me, but there you go. Gargano now bringing Sabin back up, and Sabin catching Gargano with a knee in the gut. Now boot in the gut, followed up by dropping Gargano face first. There's the hot tag in there by Gargano on Swann. Swann catching Gargano with the forearm. And caught him again, not quite as cleanly as he wanted to, but it was effective nonetheless. But Chris Sabin just forcing Rich Swann away, dragging him now towards the ropes. And there's the tag. In comes Alex Shelley. Gargano's still down on the outside, I believe. Yes. Still struggling. Shelley now, the atomic drop now. Rich Swann. Bringing Swann back up, but oh. Rich Swann there with a knee in the face of Alex Shelley. Swann, big right hand in the face of Shelley now. Shelley's back up, knee in the gut of Rich Swann, another boot in the gut. Looking for a Northern Light suplex with the arm hook behind the back and twisted as well. Quite a painful maneuver. Alex Shelley now. Oh, nice. Just slamming the face of Rich Swann into the mat while it was pinched between his legs. Alex Shelley now taking Swann up into like a brainbuster style move there. Vicious. Swann with the right hand on Shelley, now taking Shelley up into that Falcon Arrow. Swann now dropping into the pin. Only a 1 count. It's going to take a bit more than that to keep Alex Shelley down. Big right hand in the gut there of Swann by Shelley. Now into a standing sliced bread once again. Now Sabre in the ring. Can he stop? Yeah, he does. Swann was trying to crawl towards his partner. Swann does catch Sabre with an enziguri. Now looking to continue the assault. He thought he might have gone for the tag. Now he does come across. Now that he has control, and makes the tag into Johnny Gargano. Now, of course, this Ronin stable was something that existed back in Dragon Gate USA. And, of course, Chuck Taylor's also part of this stable as well. But we haven't managed to find a good Chucky T yet. Can't imagine it'll be too long, because he is, or he was last time I saw, the PWG champion. That's flatline there by Gargano. Now dropping an elbow right in the neck area. Stamping on the arm of Sabre as well. Dropping a knee in the spine. Gargano bringing Sabre back up to his feet, and Sabre sides at the back of Gargano and catch him in the neck breaker. Sabre into a big ace crusher. Wow, that was a huge ace crusher. Bringing Gargano back up to his feet. Into the corner. Locking him into that tree of woe. Sabre got planned here. But just forcing his foot right into the face of Gargano, who he drops to the ground now. Sabre stalking Gargano. Up on the shoulders. Nice sit-out Michinoku driver. There's the pin. 1, 2. Shelley blocking off Rich Swann, but Gargano had enough to kick out. It's a shame because it was a really good blocking job there by Alex Shelley. Look at that. It was such a good part of the game apart from the kick out, and then Sabre has to go and ruin it with that springboard taking out the referee. I don't understand just in general. Gargano now bringing Sabre back up to his feet. Went for the ace crusher himself, but Sabre just pushing him away. Oh, look at that short, sharp German suplex. Just out of nowhere. Very Akira Tozawa, that one. There's the tag, and then in comes Alex Shelley. Dropping a boot in the back of the head. Now up into a 1916 on Gargano. And Gargano needs to make this tag out soon because he is struggling. He is taking a lot of damage so far. Once again, just dropping his body weight, slamming the face of Gargano into the mat. Shelley springs off the far ropes into a knee drop. Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of tag teams in SWE at the moment, in Adrenaline, that shall I say. We've struggled to find some of the ones we wanted. We do have Heavy Machinery, but they're looking good, but not fantastic. We don't yet have Jody Flush and Johnny Storm. I don't think that's going to happen or not. I don't know. We were quite drunk when we picked that on the list, but then we've realised that probably we won't be able to get them, but we'll find out. Of course, Peter Stovey did get Decay as part of the Mystery Vortex pay-per-view, which was useful for him. He needed that. Big elbow right inside the knee of Shelley there by Gargano. Now Gargano bringing Shelley back up. Again, now just wrenching that leg, and oh, that's painful, that is. Gargano now taking Shelley up into that packaged brainbuster Michinoku, something or other like. We've been through this before yesterday, didn't we? And a Saito suplex, well, folding Chris Sabre in half, or Alex Shelley even, shall I say. Gargano now stalking. Shelley's super kick. Wow. Shelley got brutalised there. There's the pin. Referee so slow to get down once again. One. Oh. Referee got down slower than Alex Shelley came in to break it up. Northern Light suplex by Sabre on Rich Swann. Forearm by Sabre on Gargano. Gargano flipping out the back into reverse DDT now on Sabre, who rolls out the ring, and one big move by Gargano could win this one. He's up on the ground. He's up alone here, looking for that super kick once again if he hits this. Sabre's down on the outside. He's not been able to protect him. Boom, there's the super kick. Drags him away from the ropes. This could be all. There's the pin. Sabre's nowhere. 1, 2. And no, he's kicked out. Wow. Wow, indeed. That for me should have been it, you know. Really should have been it, as Rich Swann on the outside now. Oh, nice big jumping neck break from the top rope there by Gargano. Swann still taking Sabre out on the outside. Which I quite like that fight on the outside aspect of the game. Double foot stomp by Gargano. Went for the boot in the chest, but Shelley avoiding it. Shelley now with a dragon screw. Nice drop toe hold there by Gargano, as Swann continuing to work over Sabre. One big manoeuvre from either of these two guys in the ring could be enough now, with their partners distracted on the outside. Gargano, lawn darts right in the face. Is that enough? Nope, looks like Gargano, he thinks he needs to do a bit more damage. Kick right in the spine of Alex Shelley, and Sabre making his way back up now. And maybe they've missed their opportunity here to pick up the victory. Gargano now bringing Shelley back up, spinning heel kick in the gut. And into... Oh, wow. What the hell? Sliced bread turned into a neck breaker. Shelley fighting back. Shelley needs to make this tag out now. He's taking quite a lot of damage here by Gargano. Both guys just reversing each other now. Shelley taking Gargano up. Gargano fighting back on the knee and the head. And the step of Inseguri takes Shelley down. Both guys back up on their feet. Gargano, though, sending Shelley face first into the turnbuckle. Can't seem to decide what to do, though. Come on, Gargano, do something. You just hate when the game does this. I don't know what to do. Do I press this button or do I press this button? Come on. This is bloody stupid. Come on, Sabre. At least, there we go. Sabre now has recuperated. And now there's that flatliner there by Gargano on Shelley as well. And again, Gargano's broken. Oh, God. And now here he is, locking in that Gargano escape. There it is. Is it going to be enough? It is enough. And Johnny Gargano and Rich Swann pick up the victory over the Motor City Machine Guns. Both teams making their debut here. And it was Ronin who picked up the points. It's Ronin, baby. There we go. It's a really good match, actually. Apart from a couple of little glitchy aspects here and there, it was a really good match with some good false finishes. That, for me, I thought that was going to be it, because Sabre was down and out at that point. See Sabre on the outside. I love the little side steppies. And this was the lawn dart as well. Still not enough. But eventually the Gargano escape was enough to finish off Chris Sabre and Alex Shelley. And there we go. Great victory here for Ronin. And these two guys, for some reason the game glitched out and gave them the tag team championships to come out with, but who knows, maybe these two guys could become tag team champions very, very soon. If they pick up a few more victories like that, there's no reason why they wouldn't be in the picture at least. Especially when Chucky T's added to the stable as well, it should be one extra asset for these guys. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Noam Dutt in a battle of the Brits. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. is he from Kent? I think he's from Kent. And of course, Noam Dutt is Scottish. And Noam Dutt. I'm Scottish. My best Noam Dutt impression. So Zack Sabre Jr., former Throwdown champion. He'll be hoping to get himself back in the championship picture here while he's over on Adrenaline. And I think he deserves to be back in the championship picture, doesn't he, really? He is one of the best on the roster. I believe he's one of the highest ranked on the roster as well, if I have a quick look. He's actually top. Zack Sabre Jr. is actually top of the rankings, and Noam Dar is bottom of the rankings. So really, you'd feel like this one should be a victory for Noam Dar, wouldn't you, really? No, Noam Dar. Zack Sabre Jr. Zack's on 193 points. The Adrenaline champion, Bobby Roode's only on 173. So that gives you some indication, doesn't it, of just what level they're at. And then we have Noam Dar, like I said, bottom of the rankings on 65 points. He needs a bit of a good run to try and get himself back into a respectable level. However, there's not really many jobbers on these rosters, so somebody has to be bottom, and unfortunately for Noam Dar, it is him. I can't imagine who else would be that low down, to be honest. Who else would be low down? Got Doink the Clown, I suppose. No, I can't think, really. Gulak, maybe? No, well, somebody's got to be bottom, but I think Noam Dar's actually bottom of the whole company, to be honest. I think he's struggling a bit. He's bottom of the whole company. Not really done too well for himself, has he? But hopefully as time pushes on, we'll see some more from Noam Dar. I can't expect it to be tonight, though, to be brutally honest with you. Like I said, I feel like tonight should be Zack Sabre Jr.'s evening. Build himself up a few momentum. And it will also put him to 198 on the rankings as well, which will put him even further ahead of everyone else. We'll wait and see what happens, I suppose, as time goes on. Either Zack will get the championship back, or he'll end up dropping down the rankings, I suppose. And he's not going to be involved in this first championship match, because we already know it's going to be a fatal four-way at the pay-per-view, as Bobby Roode defends against AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Austin Aries in a fatal four-way Iron Man match. It's going to be a 30-minute Iron Man match. The person with the most falls at the end will win. Zack now into the headlock on Noam Dar. Taking him down, and great bit of collegiate style wrestling here. Mat-based wrestling. We all know that Zack is a fantastic technical wrestler. Great mat-based aggression. But then again, you can't take away from Noam Dar. The young lad is also very, very good on the mat. We know he likes to utilise the knee bar. This match did actually happen, didn't it, during the Cruiserweight Classic? I'm sure it did. Noam Dar getting taken down. It's amazing to see Noam Dar as part of WWE, isn't it, really? From a British wrestling standpoint like myself, watching Noam Dar in the UK zone, don't get me wrong, I've seen people like Zack Sabre Jr. live and Gargano and Kevin Owens and so forth like that, but you expected those to get to that sort of level. Not any of it against Noam Dar, but you just thought a young lad still plying his trade, but then to get into WWE that quick and onto the main roster that quick was just insane. Noam now bringing Zack back up to his feet. Across the ring, but there's the snapmare. Trying to bring Zack up, but Zack with the stiff right hand right in the gut of Noam Dar. Oh, nice drop toe hold as well. Zack pretending he's a crab. And gets caught with the rolling elbow. Oh, God. How do you get caught with the rolling elbow while you're trying to be a crab? Talking of rolling elbows, our main event this evening is going to be Mr. Kevin Owens taking on Austin Aries. That's going to be a very interesting match as well. Looking forward to that bad boy. As Noam Dar now working on the arm of Zack Sabre Jr. Stamping on that arm now. And really working on that arm, actually. I think normally Noam goes for a knee bar as a finisher, but... yeah, he normally goes for a knee bar with a finisher, but he's going to be really working that arm over. Maybe he's got something else planned this evening. Zack sending Noam face first into the mat now, bringing him back up to his feet. Noam off the far rope, and Zack big knee in the gut once again. Zack now heading up to the middle rope. Dropping the double elbows and double knees, whatever he hit with that. I've got no idea, to be honest. He seemed to hit with everything on that one. Zack with a boot in the face of Noam Dar. Now bringing Noam back up, but Noam now catching him, and there's that dragon screw. And this be a massive win here. If Noam does win this match, we might have to consider giving him a bit more than the 5 ranking points because of how much it's worth, really. You think about beating the man top of the rankings. Like, normally if you beat the champion, you get 50 ranking points, but beating the man who's top of the ranking should be worth a decent amount of points as well, you'd be thinking, wouldn't you? As Zack now stalking Noam Dar and lock it in. That armbar is going to be enough to make Noam Dar tap out. He does tap out, and Zack Sabre Jr. does get the victory. It was well fought out by Noam Dar. But eventually Zack Sabre Jr. was just too much for him. And Zack gets the extra 5 ranking points, and Noam now drops down to 60. Wow, Noam, there's not much lower he can go, to be honest. Noam could lose another 12 matches before he gets to 0. If he gets to 0, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. Are we going to have to put him down to minuses, or just keep him as he is? And there we go, Zack Sabre Jr. is victorious then. I'm not sure if I like this Zack or not, to be honest. It does look pretty. I can't tell whether I like it or not, to be honest. It's another one of those ones, like I say, I'm struggling at the moment just by looking at people to see how good they are. I'm not very good at judging looks by the looks of it. And here's our next match of the evening. Right, it is one for you. Can you guess who these 3 people are? That will tell me how good the cores are. You got it? You still got it? Okay. It's Jay Lethal versus Sonjay Dutt versus Christopher Daniels in a triple threat match. I think Sonjay's okay. Daniels looks pretty good, but I'm a little bit worried about Jay Lethal, and it's the best Jay Lethal I can find at the moment. We had a really good one last year, but this year, so far, there's only like 1 or 2 Jay Lethals on the creations, which surprised me because I would have thought that Jay Lethal would be quite a big name that a lot of people would try and create, but there you go. This Sonjay looks okay, I think. I don't know. I'm sure PJ Tovi's going to phone me in a minute and go, "Oh, them cores look awful," or something like that. But it's the best we can get at this point in time. It serves him right for picking all the indie talent, doesn't it? Because some of them are really good, as we saw earlier on with Sabre and Shelley. Some of them are really good, but others are struggling, aren't they? I think as time goes on, we'll get everyone we want. We'll get good versions of everyone we want as well. And if there's anyone who's just really bad that we can't find, we'll have to just make them disappear. Maybe replace them. I feel like PJ Tovi should probably end up replacing Jody Fleisch and Johnny Storm soon, because I just don't think we're going to be able to find decent versions of them. That looks nothing like Sonjay Dutt from here, does it? Oh my god, this Jay Lethal as well. You can see where the face scan is, and the I don't know. It's not. It's got some of the looks of Jay Lethal, but the face scan's not really well blended. The left hand side. Oh, I can't look at that line down the side of his face. Where oh my god. But PJ Tovi, if you are watching, you might want to not use Jay Lethal for a while, because he's not looking. He's not looking his best at this point in time, is he? Let's face it. He's not looking his best at all. He's looking a little bit ropey, to be honest. Ah. That's pretty cool. So I've just had a player who's got to... This will mean nothing to more or less every single one of you, but if you see on my channel, I am doing Hearthstone as well. Hearthstone's like a card game based on World of Warcraft, and I've uploaded a video earlier on of Hearthstone, and a legendary Hearthstone player, which is basically someone who is a Hearthstone player who's got really up the rankings to the basically the maximum you can possibly get to, has retweeted one of my videos. That's pretty cool. It was nice when that happened. I've had that before with a few videos. I had a video with Juventud Guerrera. He actually retweeted a video of one of his matches that I did, which was pretty cool. I think it was one of the best match playlist matches. So that was pretty cool. I had quite a few of those little things, really. Yeah, so this is Christopher Daniels. It looked okay in the screen, but no, it just looks alright. You can still see. I think it's difficult with people that are bald. I think if Lethal had hair, we might get away with this Lethal. But because he's bald, you can just see the face scan where it joins. And you can see it there on Daniel as well, just down the side of his face. But of course, Daniel's never had hair, did he? But Lethal we might get away with. Sonjay Dutt. Well, PJW wanted to go for a very classic TNA style match, and triple threat X Division match like this is pretty cool. Just a shame the cores are not really on our side. This Lethal is not very good, is it? It's just that line down the side of his face which is really aggravating me. The thing is, I've tried it before. I've tried to blend these things in before, but the thing is, if you look at Lethal's face scan, like the left side is really dark and the right side is light. And Sonjay Dutt in general is very, very light. I'm sure Sonjay is supposed to be a bit darker than that, to be honest, skin tone wise. Yeah, it's a shame. At the moment, we've not got the best cores available, have we? But we've got who we need, I suppose. It's we get the idea. And it was always going to be this way early on in the game, wasn't it? I said very early on in like episode 1 of Mayhem that you're going to need to be a little bit forgiving on some of the cores because of how early it is in the game. Nice standing Spanish fly there by Jay Lethal. And we have improved some of the cores, show after show. You might have seen somebody one week, the next week there's a different core version. And we are getting some very, very good versions of these cores now. Lethal now with Daniels against the ropes as Daniels just sending Lethal over the top. Now all three guys are outside the ring. Of course, no disqualifications, no countouts, but pinfalls and submissions must take place inside the ring. Why did my kettle just click? God, my bloody flat is haunted, I tell you. Really bloody... I had last night, right? This is I'm going to tell you a really random story. It's got nothing to do with the show. Bit of a tangent. Last night, I lit 4 candles. 4 candles? I lit 4 candles in my flat just because, I don't know why, just nice to have a bit of extra light and that sort of stuff going on. So I lit those 4 candles. One of them, the wick fell off. And it extinguished. The wick fell off and went into the wax, so it extinguished. So I picked the wick back out and lit it back up, and it was fine. 10 minutes later, the wick went again. So I thought, bugger it, it's just a dud candle. Half an hour later, the candle that had extinguished itself when the wick went again had lit itself back up again. So if anyone can explain how that happened, I would love to know. Because that freaked the life out of me, that did. I saw the candle go out, because it's right in front of my telly. I watched the candle go out, it extinguished itself. And then like 10, 15, 20 minutes later, I looked back across, and it was a light again. I got no idea how that even happened. Lethal combination there by Jay Lethal. Yes, that was a weird one. Sonjay, nice big super kick on Jay Lethal, now dragging Daniels away. Can Sonjay pick up the victory here? Oh, referee, my God. Does the referee just casually walk across the ring like... Oh, okay, I'm here. That was shocking. Shocking refereeing. That's armbar now by Sonjay Dutt on Daniels. Of course, that's the move that won the match earlier. Well, it wasn't the move, was it? Well, yeah, it was the move that won the match for Zack Sabre Jr., was it? We've had 2 matches so far this evening, both ended by submission, which is pretty interesting. As time's going on in wrestling, we're getting more and more submission wrestling, aren't we? I noticed that with the Cruiserweight Classic. You saw a lot of the Cruiserweight Classic was won by submission rather than by pinfall. That's elbow in the knee there by Daniels, who gets caught by Sonjay Dutt. Dutt now bringing Daniels back up against the ropes. What's Dutt got planned now? Oh, either way, it's not going to help him much because Jay Lethal comes running in with that drop kick in the back of the head. Of course, Jay Lethal, former United States champion 2 times, I believe, in Throwdown. And he'd be hoping to get himself in the Intercontinental Championship picture here in Adrenaline. He's one of PJTW's favourite wrestlers, which is quite interesting to consider this is the first year, or the first season, that PJTW's been able to get a hold of him as well. Sonjay Dutt now up top. Of course, Sonjay Dutt does like to utilise the 450. Went for the moonsault double foot stomp. Wow. What a move that is. Moonsault double foot stomp. I love that move. Daniels now. Slide underneath. Oh, I got caught with a super kick in the face by Sonjay Dutt. Dutt now rolling Daniels over into the pin. Lethal's down as well. Only a 1 count. Okay. Christopher Daniels now. Head scissors escaped from by Sonjay. Head scissors from Sonjay that escaped from. And here we go. Wings of the Angel, is it? Angel wings. Boom. Angel's wings. There's that big double underhook DDT, yeah. Lethal now catching Daniels in one big move. Sonjay's down here. Lethal jumps on top. He could steal this one. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2 count. Wow. I think that little bit of time it took Lethal to finish Daniels off was enough for Sonjay Dutt to recover. A nice slam there. Powerbomb style by Jay Lethal. Once again in the pin. Daniels is slowly back up to his feet. I don't think he's got there in time though. So only a 2 count. There's the pin by Lethal, and it's a big running double axe handle to break it up by Christopher Daniels. Lethal. Quick roll up here on Christopher Daniels. It could be enough, you know. It is. Lethal stole it. Lethal with a quick roll up on Daniels has got the win. So he may not win the prettiest core, but he's definitely won the match here. It was a good back and forth match with some good action, really. Oh, look at that. The Angel's wings, but eventually it was Lethal who picked up the victory. I'm gonna have to keep looking out for a better Lethal because this one's just not right. I don't think any of these 3 are fantastic. I think Daniels is okay. Could have been blended a little bit better, maybe. But apart from that, I feel there is still some work to be done with these cores. Sonjay Dutt, I think we're going to struggle to get a better one than this. Not because this one's good, just because we don't know much about it, to be honest. 1, 2, and 3 there. So Daniel just couldn't get... that was only a 2, sorry. Daniel just couldn't get there in time. There we go. Jay Lethal's his winner. Jay Lethal is winner. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough... It's not... Let's say, if he had hair, maybe we might get away with it. But then again, hair wouldn't come that far down his face, would it? I say this side of his face is fine, it's the other side. I'll have to keep looking for a better one. But at the moment, Jay Lethal gets himself a nice, cool 10 ranking points. And here's our next match of the evening. Thankfully, we've got some good cores now for a change. We've got King Cuerno here taking it on Dijak. I don't know what Dijak's new name is going to be since he has joined WWE now, of course. Donovan Dijak. And in his final indie shows, which I believe was PWG, he did have, according to... I've not watched it myself, but according to Meltzer, he had the match of the weekend against Keith Lee. I've not watched it yet, but I have seen... oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? That is pretty good there for King Cuerno. How is that even... What? Sorry, I'm just stunned by how good this is. Just how... The bow and arrow thing, which is exactly what he does during his entrance in Lucha Underground. I'm just stunned by how they've got that on this game. That's amazing. Granted, I like the helmet, which is what he wears normally, but I don't like the fact it's a baseball cap, to be honest. But maybe it's the only way to have the horns on. And there we go, King Cuerno. For anyone out there watching Impact Wrestling, a bit of a spoiler here for you. King Cuerno is that El Fantasma, whatever his name is, that's been main eventing. Yeah, it's the same person. Of course, it's just different characters because that's how they work over in Mexico. And then here comes Donovan Dijak. He's looking pretty cool. I think it makes sense. He looks, I think he looks pretty good. To be honest, I've never really seen him wrestle that often, to be honest. When I get a chance to watch this year's PWG Battle Los Angeles, I've got to earn the money first to get the DVDs are so bloody expensive every year, aren't they? It's like 20 quid a show and there's 3 shows. So once I get that sorted, I'll be able to get those and watch them. It's always worth watching every single year. Battle Los Angeles is probably the best show of the year. So we go then, King Cuerno versus Donovan Dijak. A shake of hands there, mutual respect being shown by these two. And we are underway, referee rings the bell. And of course, don't forget, we've still got one more match left for you after this one tonight. And it is our main event, Kevin Owens versus Austin Aries. First time in SWE, I believe, because, where's Aries? Aries has been on Throwdown. Owens was on Octane. Then Owens was on... Where was Owens in Season 2? I don't know where he was, to be honest. I don't think he was on Adrenaline, though, was he? Well, either way, himself and Austin Aries have been apart. I think Austin Aries stayed on... Austin Aries stayed on Adrenaline, on Octane, sorry, for the second season, because he was the champion, I believe. No, he was on Throwdown, wasn't he? Sorry, Austin Aries was on Throwdown, and he stayed on Throwdown for Season 2, because he went into Season 2 as the United States champion. That was it. And Kevin Owens started off on Octane, and then last season... Where was Kevin Owens in the last season? He wasn't on Octane anymore, he might have been. I don't think he was. Was he in Adrenaline? I think he might have been Adrenaline. Season 2 of Adrenaline was pretty insane, wasn't it, with the guys they had? Dijak here using his strength. Nice big gut buster there. Dijak now bringing Cuerno back up to his feet. Or back up to kneeling base anyway. Now into a vertical suplex. Dijak getting caught with the right hand in the gut. Now Cuerno getting around the back of Dijak. Cuerno for me has my favourite suicide dive in wrestling. It's insane, that suicide dive. He just goes with so much pace. It's unbelievable. Cuerno now bringing Dijak back up. There's a jawbreaker. Oh, look at that big SDO, but lifting Cuerno off the ground, so he slammed him down even harder. Dijak now bringing Cuerno back up into a vertical suplex. Cuerno dragon screw now as well. Cuerno doing here, sending Dijak just the outside of the ropes. Oh, King Cuerno. Oh my god, this is showing some incredible strength here. Cuerno deadlifting him up into a super Falcon Arrow. Wow. It's showing some incredible strength there by Cuerno. He now drops a knee right on the side of the face of Dijak as well. Cuerno dragging Dijak across against the ropes now. Big chop. Dijak slides to the outside, and I was saying about the great suicide dive, and there it is. Wow. Nice. What a cool move. I love that. And King Cuerno getting the crowd behind him after that big dive. But can he take advantage of dropping an elbow right on the inside the knee of Donovan Dijak? Dijak mustard. Cuerno now sending Dijak into the barricade. Now hoist him up and dropping him gut first across that barricade as well. And King Cuerno is insane here this evening. He's dominating Donovan Dijak, which is a surprise. Cuerno back up, sending Dijak into the corner. I'm just staring at him. We've got the same things happen. This happens far too often, doesn't it? I don't know what to do. What shall I do? Shall I hit him? Shall I just stare at him like this for a bit? Oh, but he does catch him out onto his shoulders. Into the Uegoroshi. Dijak with the right hand in the gut of King Cuerno. But Cuerno catching him, taking him up. Powerbomb and stacks him up as well. 1, 2. Oh, Dijak kicked out, but Cuerno rolls him straight through into that Boston Crab. It's such a deep crab as well. But Dijak able to grab a hold of the leg of Cuerno and break free, but the damage has been done to the back. Wow. There's the pin by Cuerno. 1, 2. I need a 2 count. Cuerno now to the outside. Looking at the springboard, gets caught with a big elbow. Wow, Dijak with a pin. 1, 2, and 3. Wow. I really enjoyed that match. Both these guys have got big, big futures in SWE. Both making their debuts, I think, in SWE. I don't think neither of them were definitely used in Season 2. And I don't think they were used in Season 1 either. They may have been used in previous universe modes I've done this on this channel, but not SWE. But that was amazing. The suicide dive by Cuerno. But for me, the best thing was that that springboard. Are you going to see it? No. We're going to see a taunt instead. And into the pin. Okay. God, some of these highlights are awful, aren't they? I never understand why it's so rare. Here we go. How cool is this? Look at this. Boom. Caught him in that big elbow. And Dijak is victorious. And he's going to give PJ Toby something to think about here, because that was a dominant looking performance. And this guy could be something big moving forward in SWE. And here is our main event of the evening. It is going to be Austin Aries versus Kevin Owens. And I think Austin Aries looks more like Austin Aries than Kevin Owens looks like Kevin Owens, if that makes sense. Yeah. We'll see how good this Austin Aries is. It's a new one. I've literally just downloaded before this episode began. I did have a one before. It's a bit more of a classic Austin Aries, more of an Austin Star style Austin Aries. Where is he? Well, he should have all of his entrance and everything on the game, shouldn't it? There it is. That's a pretty good Austin Aries, actually. I can deal with that. I can definitely deal with that. That, to me, looks just like the one that was on the game last year, which is good. Very, very good. I'm happy. It's a little bit rough around the edges, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely very, very good. Again, just like most of the cores on the game, it's all down to the hair. Just looks a bit funny. They still haven't really mastered hair, have they, 2K and Ukes? But this is a big match, this one then. Where are these guys in the old rankings? Where are they in the old rankings? Right, Austin Aries. Austin Aries is there. Austin Aries is about 11th or 12th with 150 points. So he's doing pretty okay for himself, actually. Kevin Owens. Where is Kevin Owens? It's not a good sign, Kevin. I'm still going down. Are you really this low down, Mr. Owens? No, you can't be this low down. You bloody well is. Kevin Owens is on 95 points. Wow. Sami Zayn's on 85 after his loss last week. No, he's on 80. Wow, Sami Zayn's doing really badly as well. Lethal has helped himself out. He's got 10 points. He's up to 90 now, whereas he was on 80 earlier on. Daniels has dropped down, though, to 75. Cedric Alexander's on 75. It's a pretty strong underbelly here on Adrenaline. It is really. And I think a lot of those guys will be hoping to push themselves further at the rankings. And I think what PJ Toby needs is a few jobbers, to be honest. And there we go, there's the bell. We are underway. Austin Aries versus Kevin Owens in your main event of the evening. The winner of this one gets a nice shiny 10 ranking points. The loser loses 10 ranking points, of course. Since we're making those the rules now. Makes sense. Kevin Owens are dropping Austin Aries face first across that barricade. Owens went for the big clothesline, but Aries ducks it now. Taking Owens up, went for the shin breaker, but Owens able to turn it round into a crossbody. Owens bringing Aries back up. Now, what's he going for here? We've got to try and get back in the ring here at some point. Come on, Owens. Get Aries back in the ring. Referee's up to an 8 count here. I don't think this is... We're going to have to restart this match, aren't we? No, we're not having this finished by a count out. God, this bloody game. Why does it bloody do this all the time? Right. No, we're restarting. We're not having that. We're not having a main event finish like that, I'm afraid. PJ Toby has made the demands. The match will restart. What is going on? It's not even a rivalry. What are you doing? Rematch. There we go. We're going to rematch it. We're not having that. That was stupid. Here we go. We're underway again. Kevin Owens straight away taking Aries down. You watch him get the freak out straight away again. Been insane, that one. Owens now with the DDT. Yeah, the game just has this thing. It doesn't have an urgency to get back in the ring. And I know people have said about making it a 20 count rather than a 10 count, which would help. But at the same time, will make a lot of difference because people would still do it. People would still stay out there till 18 or 19 then, rather than 8 or 9. So it's a bit of a tricky one. There's no way to really win it apart from just getting people more intelligent in the game to try and get back in the ring. Don't get me wrong, that did work as such because Owens won that one by demolishing Aries on the outside and getting him counted out. So technically, it could have been okay, but I still don't. I'm not happy with that. Of a short main event in a show like ours to end that way tonight. I'm not happy with that. Big forearm there by Kevin Owens. He's now back in the ring, taking Aries up on his shoulders into a Samoan drop. Aries catching Owens into a gut wrench. Aries now dragging Owens into the middle of the ring. Big boot in the gut of Owens and a stamp on the back as well. Aries with a lion salt on Owens. Lovely. Just reminds me once again how amazing the Wrestle Kingdom this year is going to be. Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. Tetsuya Naito versus Kazuchika Okada. Tanahashi versus Jay White. Marty Skull versus Will Ospreay versus Kushida versus Hiromu Takahashi for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom this year is going to be amazing. Bit of a choke there by Kevin Owens, now stamping on the back of the head of Austin Aries and really choking him out once again. Kevin Owens dragging Austin Aries away from the ropes. There's the pin. 1. Still only a 1 count. Owens stamping on the back of Aries. Went for him again, but Aries forced him away. There's a backbreaker by Austin Aries on Kevin Owens. Aries now sending Owens into the far corner. And there's the rolling elbow. Wow. And now Aries stalking Kevin Owens. This would be a massive win here for Austin Aries, wouldn't it? Neckbreaker now reversed over into the last chancery Is Kevin Owens going to tap? Owens is just going to outlast Aries here, because Aries can't keep this move on for too long because of the bridge. It's very difficult. There's a lot of energy going through your own body, keeping that bridge going. Aries sending Owens over the top. Boom, forearm by Owens on Aries. Owens on his shoulder into the gutbuster. And then a back senton as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Owens now. There's a cannonball right in the corner. Owens now stalking Austin Aries. Owens needs this win more than anybody, I think. This will get him back up above the 100 mark. There's the pop-up powerbomb straight into the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Kevin Owens is victorious in the main event. He was victorious twice, technically, but we took the first one away from him. Just I'm not happy with losing that in a bloody dodgy counter. We're not having that. And here we go then. Victory for Mr. Kevin Owens. It was a very back and forth match. Both guys could have won. Of course, Aries hit the rolling elbow. Is this rolling elbow here? It is. Boom. And he also locked in the last chance as well, which wasn't enough. But there was the back senton there by Owens. He went for the pin off that, and it was only enough for the 2 count. And it was going to take that a little bit extra, wasn't it? The cannonball followed up by the pop-up powerbomb. And Kevin Owens is victorious in this match. He is going to get the ranking points he so needed. He was on 95. This now puts him up to 105, which instantly throws him ahead of so many people because of the amount of new people added to the universe mode. That extra 5 points above the 100 puts him within the top 30, whereas at the moment he's about 50th or 60th. So that's how much he's gone up with this one victory. But he needs to keep building on this now. It can't just take one more. He needs to win match after match after match and really build himself back up, make himself a genuine championship contender. There we go then, guys. That's the end of this episode tonight. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like. And of course, if you're new around here, then hit that subscribe button as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our next episode of SWE. It will be Carnage, and it will be up in a couple of days' time. Bye. Bye.